From the University of Georgia, a student production from the Grady College of Journalism, this is UGA News Source.
One football superstar has been sold for big bucks. Good evening, I'm Hallie Waite.
And I'm Kristen Bowser. Budget cuts are affecting some of Athens' local youth. A successful Athens mentoring program is having to close down, and it's all because of the budget problem in Washington. News Source reporter Ben Williamson is live in the newsroom with more on the impact of this nationwide cut.
Yeah, what it is Friends for Life in Athens is a mentoring program, and they're having to shut down because of recent budget cuts in Washington. Well, the program started in 2004, and since that time, they've matched up close to 1,000 children with a mentor ages 4 to 18 during that time. And I sat down with one 11-year-old, and she told me the impact the program's had on her life.
Nadia and Alexandra have been hanging out once a week for close to a year and a half. But now the program that brought them together is ending. Friends for Life is a mentoring program, but with the recent budget cuts of $50 million from Health and Human Services, the program now faces some financial issues, and the human impact is immediate.
Well, we're going to have to work on that cheer a little bit before she comes to UGA. But I talked to Dr. Robert Harrison. He's the executive director of the program. And he's actually, the program's ending Friday, but he's looking for other organizations such as churches that might be willing to sponsor a program like this. I asked him, and he said it's about $500 per year to match a child up with a mentor. And even though the program's ending, he says he's going to still be very involved with Athens youth that are in difficult situations. Reporting live from the newsroom, Ben Williamson, UGA News Source.
Thanks, Ben. I hope to see Nadia at UGA in a few years.
Oconee County has another new candidate for the 2012 election for sheriff. Pat Hull has just announced his candidacy for the election in November 2012. He currently works as an investigator for the Madison County Sheriff's Office, but has lived in Oconee County since 1974. News Source tried to contact Hull for a comment, but he has yet to be reached. The position is currently held by Scott Berry, who has been sheriff since 1993. Hull is now the second person to announce the intention to challenge Berry next fall.
How much is too much when it comes to public displays of affection? People in Athens say it could depend on your sexual orientation. We decided to look into this issue after an actress and her girlfriend were asked to leave a Southwest Airlines flight. They're saying it was discrimination. Reporter Caitlin Heck joins us live in the newsroom. Do people in Athens say they have problems with discrimination?
You know, not really. I talked to members of the gay and lesbian community, and they say they haven't had a lot of issues with discrimination, but they do think that many people view the line of what's excessive differently when it comes to same-sex couples.
Couples holding hands is common around UGA's campus, but junior Macy Aviles says she gets judgmental looks when she holds hands with her girlfriend.
So we'll be walking around shopping, and she'll be like, Macy, everyone's looking at us. And I'm just like, oh yeah, you know, we're gays in the wild. They only see us on TV. So they like to look when they can see us.
Whitney Deagle, executive director of the Lambda Alliance, says she thinks people perceive affection differently for same-sex couples.
Chris Stevens, director of student conduct, says UGA does not have a specific policy on students displaying affection on campus as long as they don't violate the student code of conduct. He also says he hasn't received any discrimination or harassment complaints about same-sex couples.
This week, Lambda Alliance is hosting UGA Pride Week to help people on campus to have a better understanding of the gay community. They're hosting events like stargazing at Lake Herrick and a game of Capture the Rainbow Flag.
We got a good bit of rain yesterday evening. Alex, what can we expect over the next couple of days?
Hallie, the rain has moved out and it's shaping up to be a beautiful rest of the week. Right now it's about 82 degrees outside and partly cloudy. Find out if this will affect your game day plans coming up in my full forecast ahead.
The Classic Center is getting a serious facelift. News Source's Caitlin Berniski tells us how this expansion will create new jobs in the Athens community.
Construction at the Classic Center started last week. This already means more jobs. Right now it's just on Hancock Street, but soon the entire center will be a work site.
The Classic Center has almost half a dozen conferences booked for the new exhibit hall. Athens will be overflowing with new visitors and new jobs in 2013.
Taking out the trash might be getting cheaper. Find out about some new changes with Athens-Clarke County Solid Waste Department.
And exactly how much money did Aaron Murray go for last night's Hero Date auction? Next on UGA News Source. In Athens-Clarke County, the amount you pay for trash collection depends on the size of your can. News Source reporter Ryan Beyersdorfer tells us about new trash options that may help you save money on your trash bill.
Trash. We all create it. Some people generate a lot, others not so much. For large family homes and houses with a lot of college kids, large trash cans are a must. But some residents like Linda Hill are forced to pay for using a large trash can even though they never fill it.
The Athens-Clarke Commission is scheduled to vote on the new size next Tuesday, along with several other garbage-related issues.
Athens Tech enrollment is down by 11% this year. They are not alone when it comes to lower enrollment numbers. The Technical College System of Georgia says there are 12,000 less students attending Georgia technical colleges this year. Athens Tech Director of Admissions thinks that this decrease is from the New Hope changes and from technical schools switching from quarters to semesters. A group of student athletes descended upon downtown last night, but not to party, rather for a good cause. Catherine, weren't you there?
That's right, Hallie. Well, I jumped at the opportunity to see which athletes were up for sale at the date auction last night. And although I didn't get myself a date, I found out a lot about the event and its contestants.
Sold to the ladies over there for $500. It's Aaron Murray himself.
Aaron Murray was just one of the well-known students on campus auctioned off at last night's UGA Heroes date auction. Even though he raised a solid $500 for the organization, not everyone was there to bid on him.
And later, I'll tell you more about all those regulations the NCAA has on student athletes.
Also, find out what local website is getting rave reviews.
Athens-Clarke County is getting national praise for its local government website, and this isn't their first time being recognized.
We've won another award from the International Marketing and Communications Professionals Association for creative homepage design, which was really exciting as well. But we really feel like the recognition of the entire site as best in the country was pretty spectacular.
Athens-Clarke County won the Savvy Award for having the best overall website for communities with more than 66,000 people. The government prides itself on the site's user-friendly search feature. Athens Banner-Herald also runs a successful website for the Athens area.
I think a lot of it has to do with the community and conversation in the community.
Online Athens gets an average of 8 million visits per month.
The UGA Vet School is one step closer to its facelift. The Board of Regents approved a $52.5 million proposal for a new teaching hospital. This hospital would help increase enrollment and replace the program's aging facilities. Finding space for the new equipment and the animals has been a problem in the older buildings. A new hospital would make it easier to get large animals like Ebony in and out.
Every time you have people, number of people increasing, the number of animals goes up too, not only for companion animals, but for food animals too, to feed the population.
The budget request still awaits the governor's signature and the House's approval.